Hello, John.
Hello, Oliver.
You say Trump has to be congratulated for his pro-life speech and his speech at the UN General Assembly supporting religious freedom. So let's talk about it.
That's correct. President Trump made two speeches at the United Nations. One at a fringe meeting in the United Nations attended by, the place was packed. In that he supported the business of pro-life from conception to natural death, highlighted that, and that this was something that civilised people and civilised societies should adopt and ensure, and that there should be never any promotion in any shape, way or form of funds to promote the ending of potential life. That is, no abortion funds should be provided by any civilised society for the ending of life. He was quite explicit about that, and he also mentioned that in the General Assembly where all the heads of state were gathered at the United Nations. He spoke about religious freedom and highlighted the persecution of various religious societies like Catholics and Christians that are suffering grievously in various countries in which they are not able to practice their Catholic and their Christian faith. I think China would be one of the most guilty countries in that regard, but there are, according to President Trump, 80% of countries in the world where there's some form of persecution of religious practice being persecuted.
Wow, that's a big figure.
Yeah, a big figure. And he also highlighted that something of the order of 12 to 15 Catholics are being murdered every day in some part of the world for their faith.
Oh, yeah.
We know that Muslim extremists did terrible acts, terrible persecution of Catholics and Christians in Iraq and Syria and in Libya and wherever they happen to be in the majority. There are far too many countries that do not allow the practice of the Catholic and Christian faith, and in some cases Muslims are being persecuted, as happened in where there's too many Hindus or Buddhists. In India now Catholics are being persecuted. In Pakistan Catholics are being intimidated and attacked in their homes. We know that there was innocent people in jail now, Catholics, for spurious claims of blasphemy in that miserable country. So there's too many countries that their human rights record in regard to persecution is deplorable, and also too many countries that should never be introducing legislation that's going to end life, as in abortion and in euthanasia. And also, according to President Trump, not to contaminate young people with education and sex that doesn't promote traditional marriages. Is understood that anything else should be the business of parents, responsible parents. He also highlighted other areas in which parents and marriage between a man and woman should be encouraged and supported, as it is in some countries. So his speech was so positive in many areas that it kind of highlights even in this country, the sort of out of step and out of sync with civilised behaviour that this government is guilty of in many areas, not least the meeting that I heard yesterday in Navan, and the policies that they have introduced on the people in this country, and worsen the quality of their life for many people.
Thank you very much, John.
Thank you very much, Oliver.